Am I good to start? Okay. I want you all to think about something that you absolutely hate doing. And then I want you to think that you have your dentist tell you that you have to do that thing. And that was my story. I got a toothache one day, and I called the dentist office and I said, hey, my tooth hurts really bad, like, can I come in? And they were like, yeah, you can come in, but you have to come in, like, right now. And it was really early in the morning, like 7 a.m., so I was like, okay. So I just rush over to the dentist's office, and they start working on my teeth. You know, they're just talking about, like, where they serve their missions. And then the dentist says, oh, we probably shouldn't be talking about this, like he always does. And then they finish working on my tooth, and apparently I had a root canal that they didn't see the last time I'd been at the dentist, and so it took a long time. So by the time they were finished, I had all the gross stuff in my mouth. You know, I was just sick of being there, and they said, all right, you're good to go. So I stood up and I went to the bathroom to go spit out the stuff that was in my mouth, and then I go up to the front desk, and a lady says, so we need to reschedule you for next week because they have something they need to do to really wrap this up. When can you come back? And I was like, well, I could come back on Monday or Friday. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know, I feel really dizzy. And then the next thing I know, I had like a black thing that I was looking at, and that was my eyelids. And then I opened them, and the dentist is standing over me, and the hygienist is standing over me, and all the people that were in the dentist office are like looking at me. And everyone's like, are you okay? And I was like, I think so. And the dentist said, Rachel, have you ever had a seizure? And I was like, no. And he was like, 'cause you just did. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so then he's like, here, we're gonna have you sit on this chair. And I was like, okay. And so I sit down, and after being there for like 2 seconds, he's like, actually, never mind, stand up. I want you to walk over to the dentist table so we can get you, you know, laying, so that your head is getting more blood flowing to it and everything. And as I'm walking, I have the dentist on this side and the hygienist on this side, and then a lady that's sitting down says, wow, she looks really pale. And at that moment, I faint again, and my sister had just walked in, because at the time I was 15, so I couldn't drive. And she sees me faint, and then I end up on the table, and I open my eyes again, and I hear an ambulance, and I hear fire trucks, and then all of a sudden all these firemen come in, and then they're testing my, I don't know, blood and everything, and they're just like, are you okay, and I'm like, I don't know. And so then I start crying in front of my dentist, and I'm like, this is so stupid, and I wasn't wearing makeup, and I was just so upset because the firemen were all attractive, and I was just like, this is the worst day ever. And so basically, from that experience, I had my dentist tell me afterward that the reason that it happened was because I didn't eat breakfast, and I absolutely hate eating breakfast. So since then, I have found foods that I really like. I eat Outshine fruit and veggie popsicles for breakfast because it's like juice, but you know, you can take it to school. So I always eat that for breakfast, and it's just really good, and it helps me not faint. And so, you know, if your dentist tells you that you should do something, you probably should do it, whether it's eating breakfast or flossing your teeth, and that is what I learned.